By falling up the next day, Junior was walking around as usual, minding his own business, until he saw Blake and Yang. Junior couldn't help to close his eyes and remember his relationship with them. He remembered the happy things that he had with them, the happy moments. And even though he knew he was destined to be with Ruby, he still loved Blake and Yang. He loved them very much. And part of him was having trouble moving on. Especially Yang. And even though he was meant to be with Ruby, he still felt like that he should have done something more for the two. He felt like that he should have done better. Junior knew that if he was going to truly move on, he'll have to have a peaceful talk with Blake and Yang. Later that day, Junior gathered Blake and Yang, having a friendly conversation. It was about Junior moving on from them. He explains that he still had thoughts on trying to get back with one of them, but the only thing he didn't want to happen was to break Ruby's heart. He still wanted to be with Yang and Blake again, but he just didn't know what to do. And even though he's the alpha and he can kind of do whatever he wants, and have anyone to be his girl, he didn't want to do that to Ruby. Yang and Blake kind of understood what Junior was coming at. I understand you, Junior. Junior turned to face Blake, looking at her. To be honest, I was having trouble moving on as well. Even though I was the one who kind of broke up with you. And you agreed to that. And honestly, I did have thoughts on going back with you. Then Junior turned to face Yang, as if to expect, well, something out of her. But instead, Yang stood quiet, looking at the kaiju she used to fall in love with. Yang? Junior said. Yang took a deep breath and let it out. She finally decided to say something. I honestly also had thoughts on going back with you. But the way I saw you with Blake and with my sister Ruby, I think you're better off with them than with me. And I do miss the moments we had together. And I'm sorry that I wasn't there all the time to spend time with you. I'm truly sorry. And I hope you can forgive me. I only wish I can do better. Junior sighed. He couldn't help to admit that his relationship with Yang was one of the best things that ever happened in his life. And the same thing will go to Blake. She was the second best thing that ever happened in his life. But somehow, Ruby just makes Junior special. She makes him important. Look, I think that it'll be best if we talk about this, and so that way we can truly move on. Because I want to move on from this. And I think it'll be best for everyone if we actually talk about this so we can truly move on. Yang and Blake agreed. They know that Junior has a point. And Yang? Yeah? I think it'll be best if you have a peaceful talk with your mother. But now I know what you're gonna say. Just hear my point. I understand why your mom had to leave you. Honestly, she was trying to warn you about Salem. But now that whole threat thing with Salem is now gone in the past. We have a new threat now. And it's a 3-headed golden dragon. I actually understand why your mom had to abandon you. I honestly had a talk with her. You spoke with her? Yeah. She told me everything, why she left you, and she did have a few regrets on leaving you. But besides of that, she wanted to tell you the truth, but you, being you, that kind of got out of the way, huh? That kind of got in the way, huh? Correct. And, well, she mentioned something kinda shocking to me. What was it? It began kinda 2 weeks ago, honestly. I never expected her to actually got my number, but she actually called me. She wanted to have a conversation about my unborn child. Wait, she knows about your unborn child? Well, let me finish, then I'll tell you. Oh, sorry. She told me that she was having a peaceful sleep last night. And she had a dream about my unborn child. What did she saw in her dream? Well, what she saw was horrifying. Horrifying? She said that she saw my son in the city full of fire. His red glowing eyes. Nothing was strong enough to get in his way. No one was strong enough to get in his way. There was fire and death all over the place. And standing right in front of him was me. I actually was fighting my own son. And I could tell this was a vision of how the way she reacted to it. How the way she was talking about it definitely confirmed my theory that it was a vision that she had. She didn't know why she had a vision, but over time she realized she was a part of this new prophecy. Wait, what? Yeah. There's going to be a bigger threat that's going to be coming after King Ghidorah when I kill him. A bigger threat? Exif Ghidorah? No, she didn't see him in the vision. So far, nothing about Exif Ghidorah. There was another Ghidorah. He was just as powerful as King Ghidorah. Actually, more powerful. This King Ghidorah his powers were far beyond of Exif Ghidorah. Wait, you need to tell us that there's a King Ghidorah? That there's going to be a King Ghidorah that's possibly powerful enough to actually fight Exif Ghidorah? Yes. Was it Shin King Ghidorah? No, not him. She couldn't exactly guess what he looked like. All what she saw was a silhouette version of him. And, well, seeing his eyes. That was it.